the European Union is stepping up its efforts to enhance relations with Turkey, focusing on strengthening trade ties in 2024. This initiative comes despite Turkey's growing interest in BRICS, which it sees as a strategic alternative due to frustration over stagnant progress with Brussels. Turkey is interested in joining BRICS for several reasons. Economically, BRICS membership could open new markets for Turkish products and services. The bloc represents around 40% of the world's population and a significant portion of global GDP, offering vast opportunities for trade expansion. Additionally, Turkey could benefit from increased investment flows and technology transfers from BRICS countries, particularly China and Russia. These partnerships could bolster Turkey's technological capabilities and infrastructure development, which are crucial for its economic growth. Moreover, BRICS is working towards reducing reliance on the US dollar by promoting local currency transactions and creating a new reserve currency. This aligns with Turkey's interest in enhancing its financial stability and reducing vulnerability to currency fluctuations. Geopolitically, joining BRICS would allow Turkey to balance its relations with Western countries and enhance its influence in a multipolar world order. Turkey aims to balance its relations with Western countries while enhancing its influence in a multipolar world order. This move is seen as a way to strengthen Turkey's geopolitical standing without abandoning its ties with NATO and the EU. Furthermore, Turkey seeks to play a more active role in global governance by aligning with BRICS, which advocates for a more equitable international system. This stance resonates with Turkey's criticism of the current Western-dominated global order and its desire for more inclusive decision-making processes at the international level. Simultaneously, the EU has intensified efforts to attract Turkey by pushing to revive and modernize the customs union. The goal is to expand cooperation in services, public procurement, and sustainable development. This initiative also aims to address trade irritants and improve migration management, which is a key component of the 2016 EU-Turkey statement. Despite these efforts, Turkey has shown interest in joining BRICS, seeking to diversify its economic relations and strengthen ties with non-Western powers. This interest aligns with Turkey's broader foreign policy goals of expanding its influence and economic partnerships beyond traditional Western alliances. The history of Turkey's application to join the European Union is a tale of perseverance and ambition. Turkey's journey toward European Union membership has been long and complex, characterized by numerous ups and downs since the mid-20th century. The relationship officially began in 1959 when Turkey applied for associate membership in the European Economic Community, formalized by the Ankara Agreement in 1963. This agreement aimed to integrate Turkey economically with the EEC, setting the stage for future full membership. Turkey's formal application for full EEC membership was submitted in 1987, but the European Commission deferred the matter, citing Turkey's economic and political situation, poor relations with Greece, and the Cyprus conflict as obstacles. Despite this, Turkey continued to align with European standards and joined the EU Customs Union in 1996, enhancing its economic integration with the EU. In 1999, a significant breakthrough occurred at the Helsinki European Council when Turkey was officially recognized as a candidate for EU membership. Formal accession negotiations began in 2005, but progress has been slow and fraught with challenges. By 2021, only 16 out of the 35 negotiation chapters had been opened, with just one chapter completed and another provisionally closed. Political and human rights concerns have been a major obstacle. EU member states, notably France and Germany, have raised issues regarding Turkey's human rights record, democratic backsliding, and press freedom. These concerns have intensified since the failed coup in 2016 and the subsequent constitutional changes under President Erdogan, which have centralized power and limited democratic freedoms. The Cyprus conflict remains a significant barrier to Turkey's EU accession. The EU expects a resolution to this dispute as a prerequisite for full membership. Turkey's military presence in northern Cyprus and territorial disputes with Greece further complicate the process. Cultural and identity differences have also fueled debates about Turkey's compatibility with the EU's secular and liberal values. Perceived cultural differences, particularly related to Turkey's Muslim-majority population, have been a point of contention. Let's take a quick pause. Could you do us a favor? If you enjoy our content, please hit the like button. To help us even more, Leave your thoughts and feedback in the comments. Your engagement helps us grow. Thank you. Alternative options. Turkey is exploring. The Turkish government has increasingly sought alternatives to its long-stalled EU accession process, turning its attention to other international blocs such as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, and the BRICS group. This shift reflects Ankara's frustration with the lack of progress in EU negotiations and its desire to amplify its influence on the global stage. Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO. Turkey has been an observer in the SCO since 2012 and has expressed a strong interest in becoming a full member. President Erdogan has actively participated in SCO summits, signaling Turkey's strategic pivot towards this China-led bloc. The SCO includes major regional powers such as China, Russia, India, and Pakistan, offering Turkey a platform to enhance its geopolitical influence in Eurasia. Erdogan's participation in the upcoming SCO summit in Kazakhstan underscores Turkey's commitment to deepening ties with the organization. BRICS. Turkey has also shown interest in joining the BRICS group, further highlighting its pursuit of alternative alliances on the global stage. The BRICS group, consisting of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has received public support from Russian President Vladimir Putin for Turkey's aspiration to join. Putin emphasized the importance of strengthening economic and security cooperation among member states. Turkish Foreign Minister Juan Fidan has been actively engaging with BRICS leaders, attending BRICS Plus meetings, and advocating for Turkey's inclusion. This move is viewed as a way for Turkey to diversify its international partnerships and reduce reliance on Western-dominated institutions. Strategically, Turkey's engagement with both the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, and BRICS showcases its flexible foreign policy approach, aiming to balance relations between Western allies and emerging global powers. This strategy allows Turkey to leverage its unique geopolitical position and benefit from multiple international alliances. However, this shift has raised concerns in the West about Turkey's long-term strategic direction, particularly regarding its commitments to NATO and other Western alliances. Regarding the status of Turkey's application to the European Union, EU, the EU is currently developing a comprehensive three-stage plan to enhance its engagement with Turkey. This plan involves increasing the frequency of high-level meetings, reactivating the operations of the European Investment Bank, EIB, in Turkey, and ultimately initiating talks to modernize the customs union between the two entities. The EU aims to hold more high-level dialogues with Turkey, focusing on key areas such as trade, energy, and migration. These meetings are intended to address and resolve ongoing issues, strengthen bilateral relations, and pave the way for deeper economic and political cooperation. The relaunch of the European Investment Bank operations, which had been scaled back due to political and economic concerns, is set to resume its activities in Turkey. This move is expected to facilitate significant investments in Turkish infrastructure and development projects, thereby boosting economic ties and fostering mutual growth. The modernization of the customs union, established in 1995, is due for an upgrade. The modernization talks will aim to expand the scope of the customs union to include areas such as agriculture, services, and public procurement. This will not only streamline trade regulations, but also address current trade irritants and align Turkey more closely with EU standards. However, several EU member states strongly oppose Turkey's accession to the EU. Germany has been one of the most vocal opponents, with Chancellor Angela Merkel and other German politicians calling for either suspending or ending accession talks, citing concerns over the rule of law and human rights in Turkey. Relations have been particularly strained due to the arrest of German citizens in Turkey and President Erdogan's calls for German Turks to vote against Merkel in elections. Austria has consistently opposed Turkey's EU membership as well. The Austrian government has highlighted issues such as mass arrests following the failed 2016 coup in Turkey and the perceived erosion of democratic standards under Erdogan's government as key reasons for their stance. France's position has fluctuated over the years. While former President Nicolas Sarkozy was strongly against Turkey joining the EU, later administrations have been more ambivalent. Current concerns focus on Turkey's alignment with European values and standards. Belgium has shifted its stance in recent years, with Prime Minister Charles Michel calling for an end to negotiations due to concerns over Turkey's departure from European values and democratic principles. Both Cyprus and Greece have significant reservations about Turkey joining the EU, primarily due to long-standing territorial and political disputes. While they support Turkey's accession in theory, they demand that Turkey resolve issues related to Cyprus and improve bilateral relations as prerequisites for membership. In addition to its pursuit of EU membership, Turkey's recent interest in joining BRICS reflects its strategic shift towards diversifying its international alliances and reducing reliance on Western-dominated institutions. Here are the latest developments and the potential implications of Turkey's bid to join BRICS. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan has confirmed Turkey's renewed interest in joining BRICS. He emphasized that Turkey does not see BRICS as an alternative to NATO or the EU, but as a complementary platform to enhance its economic ties and global influence. Russia has expressed strong support for Turkey's bid to join BRICS, with Russian President Vladimir Putin welcoming Turkey's interest and indicating that the matter will be discussed at upcoming BRICS meetings. High-level visits and meetings between Turkish and BRICS member countries are expected to follow. Officials have intensified efforts to strengthen bilateral relations. For instance, during Fan's visit to China, discussions focused on expanding economic cooperation, with China expressing a willingness to increase imports of Turkish goods. In the context of defense issues between Germany and Turkey, Turkish President Erdogan has urged German Chancellor Olaf Scholz to lift the block on the sale of Eurofighter Typhoon jets to Turkey. This request comes after Turkey decided to scale back a $23 billion contract for F-16s with the U.S. and pursued the procurement of engines for Turkish warships, as well as equipment for a $24 billion nuclear plant being built by Russia on Turkey's Mediterranean coast. Despite these efforts, it seems unlikely that Germany will agree to the sale due to ongoing diplomatic tensions. These tensions include Turkey's actions in Syria, its acquisition of Russian air defenses, and delays in ratifying Sweden's NATO membership. Additionally, the presence of a large number of Turkish citizens living and working in Germany significantly influences Germany's stance on Turkey's potential EU membership. The Turkish diaspora in Germany, one of the largest immigrant groups in the country, creates complex implications for German-Turkish relations and EU-Turkey negotiations. The Turkish community in Germany is deeply divided, with strong political and cultural ties to Turkey. This division is influenced by the Turkish government, which actively engages with its diaspora to rally support for domestic policies. President Erdogan's administration has capitalized on this connection, particularly through organizations like the Union of European Turkish Democrats, UETD, and religious institutions like DITB. These entities have become tools for political mobilization and influence in Germany. This involvement has led to increased tensions within the Turkish community in Germany and between the Turkish community and the broader German society. Moreover, the political and social activities of the Turkish diaspora in Germany have sometimes led to diplomatic conflicts. For example, Erdogan's rhetoric and political actions, such as accusations against Germany of Nazi practices and the controversial Turkish referendums, have strained relations. These tensions are further exacerbated by Germany's concerns over Turkey's human rights record, democratic backsliding, and foreign policy actions, such as military interventions in Syria and disputes in the Eastern Mediterranean. These diplomatic issues have contributed to Germany's reluctance to support Turkey's EU accession. Both the EU, and Germany in particular, have been critical of Turkey's authoritarian tendencies and human rights violations, which conflict with the EU's democratic values and legal standards. Additionally, Germany's significant Turkish population adds a domestic political dimension to its foreign policy, requiring German leaders to balance international diplomatic considerations with the sentiments and influence of Turkish voters in Germany. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. We sincerely appreciate you joining us today. If our content resonated with you or sparked inspiration, please consider liking the video and subscribing to stay connected with our community. Your support holds immense value for us. You can watch another video from our channel, which is now on the screen.